If you've been around personal watercraft for a while, you probably remember the golden era of the 1990s. Back then, jet skis were small, twitchy, and demanding. You didn't just sit on them and cruise, you wrestled them. You jumped wakes, you spun out, you got wet, and you laughed until your ribs hurt. But over the last decade or two, the industry shifted. Personal watercraft got bigger, they got heavier. They became these massive, luxurious couches on the water with Bluetooth speakers, GPS, and enough storage for a week-long camping trip. Don't get me wrong, those cruises are great for touring, but what if you just want to play? Welcome back to the Jet Ski Guy podcast, the podcast where we talk about all things watercraft. I'm your host, Craig, and today we are talking about a machine that brought the freestyle fun back to the water, the Yamaha Jetblaster PRO. When Yamaha dropped the Jetblaster PRO into their lineup, it was a massive nod to the legendary Waveblaster of the 90s. If you rode a Waveblaster back in the day, you know it was basically a dirt bike for the water. The new Jetblaster PRO captures that exact same rebellious freestyle spirit, but with modern reliability and tech. So what makes the Jetblaster PRO so special? Why does it stand out in a sea of massive three-seater touring skis? It all comes down to three things: weight, ergonomics, and the trim. Let's start with the weight. Yamaha built the Jetblaster PRO using their Nano XL2 hull material and an all-new polypropylene top deck. This combination is incredibly strong but ridiculously lightweight. Combine that lightweight setup with Yamaha's TR1 high-output engine, which is a punchy 1049cc three-cylinder powerhouse, and you get a power-to-weight ratio that just wants to launch off boat wakes. It's zippy, it's responsive, and it practically begs you to ride it aggressively. But engine and hull are just the beginning. Where the Jetblaster PRO really shines is in the ergonomics. Yamaha set this thing up specifically for freestyle riding. First off, they gave it wider, dirt bike-style handlebars. This gives you a ton of leverage when you're throwing the ski into a sharp turn or trying to pull off a 360 spin. Then they added built-in foot chocks at the rear of the footwells. If you're not familiar, foot chocks are essentially angled wedges where you can plant your feet. When you're standing up, leaning back, and pulling the nose of the ski out of the water, these chocks give you the grip and leverage you need so you don't just slide right off the back. It completely changes your center of gravity and how you command the ski. And that brings me to my favorite feature, the custom-tuned electric trim. On a normal watercraft, the trim adjusts the angle of the water jet to make your ride smoother. On the Jetblaster PRO, the trim is designed to let you bury the tail and pop the nose right out of the water. With a click of a button on the handlebars, you can trim it all the way up, grab a handful of throttle, and ride a wheelie across the lake. It is addictive, and I guarantee you cannot do it without a massive grin on your face. The Yamaha Jetblaster PRO isn't trying to be the fastest ski on the lake. It's not trying to win a drag race against a supercharged 300 horsepower monster, and it's not trying to be the most comfortable ski for a 5-hour tour. What it is trying to do is maximize your smiles per gallon. It's for the rider who looks at a boat wake and sees a ramp. It's for the rider who wants to get soaked, spin out, and feel connected to the water rather than just floating above it. It's a reminder of why we all fell in love with this sport in the first place. So, if you get the chance to take a Jetblaster PRO for a spin this summer, do it. Just hold on tight and be prepared to get wet. That's going to do it for today's episode of the Jet Ski Guy podcast. Have you ridden the Jetblaster PRO? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. As always, hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Be safe out there, and hopefully I'll see you out on the water.